Type 1 is the classic. Because most people think of ADHD, short attention span, distractibility, disorganization, impulsivity, and hyperactivity. They can't sit still. That's type 1, classic. Type 2 is inattentive ADD, short attention span, distractibility, disorganized, procrastinate, but they're not impulsive. And more common in girls, they're not hyperactive. In fact, they can be a little bit hypoactive. The third one is overfocused ADD, where the problem is not so much you can't concentrate, it's you can't shift your attention, that you get stuck. And if you can't shift your attention, you cannot pay attention. But it's a different mechanism. And I found this to be particularly true in children and grandchildren of alcoholics. And they tend to be argumentative, oppositional, worry. If things don't go their way, they get upset. And on the surface, they appear selfish. They're really not selfish. They're just not flexible. And stimulants tend to make them more worried and more upset. Type 4 is called limbic ADD. It's where their emotional brain is too busy. And it's sort of like ADD plus mild depression. And the glass is always half empty for them. Type 5, which I think is such an interesting one, is temporal lobe ADD. They have problems in one or both of their temporal lobes, often goes with learning problems, but mood instability, irritability, temper problems. And then the ring of fire, that's one I may be most known for. The problem is not low activity, it's too much activity. Please don't give them a stimulant because they can become violent and aggressive. Actually use a supplement to calm things down in their brain. Very effective. And then the last one's anxious ADD, where they're really anxious. And so they tend to be early to things, but disorganized, distracted, so on. So knowing the type, and that's why Ritalin has a bad reputation. For the right brain, it's miraculous. For the wrong brain, it's a nightmare.